Hi everyone, thank you for joining me again. I'm Denise with Spiritual Growth Tarot, and today I'm going to be reading on Trump's next nine weeks. So with the last Kipper Grand Tableau that I did on him, I didn't look good at all, but it ended in July 24th. So now I'm going to go July 24th that week and do 9 continuing weeks to see. Let's see what's coming up for him. Ugh. So anyway, this one should cover through, should go from like July 24th through that week of September 25th. So the tricky part is always like going back and checking to see, see if it was right, see if the cards came through right, correctly. But so anyway, I'll get this started, and of course I'll do the timestamp so you can fast forward through, unless you don't mind watching me draw the cards, but you can fast forward through the portion where I'm shuffling, drawing the cards, and placing all 36 out onto the mat, the Grand Tableau. So, okay, let's get started. Okay, so here we go. This time I added little cards up here so you can see which weeks they are. If you can't see them, I will call them out, of course, as I'm working through this Grand Tableau. So anyway, I'm using the Kipper I used last time, Ciro Marchetti's Kipper. Actually, I'll leave it out here in case you want to see it. And I will timestamp this once I get it all laid out so that you can fast forward through this process, unless you like it. Some of you really like listening to me shuffle and babble in the beginning. Okay, so this will be the Grand Tableau for Donald John Trump from July 25th to September 25th. And I may have to grab my phone and find the screenshot that I took of the last one to see where we left off over here with the last one that ended at July 25th. Because I can't remember. I do remember he had the fatality, like painful ending card coming in his future. I think he was over here somewhere. I think he was down here, somewhere over here. Had a lot weighing down on him and couldn't see what was coming behind him because I think he was facing out of the reading this way, which would mean that he was needing to deal with his past, and he couldn't see the future that was sneaking up behind him. That's the main thing I remember. So, okay, hold on, let me settle in. I only want the truth. Calling in my guides, guardian angels. I only want the truth here to see what Donald John Trump will be experiencing July 25th, 2021 through September 25th, 2021. Okay. Right there. So bear with me while I draw the cards, and of course I'll timestamp once they're all laid out. I'll put that in the comment section. Okay. Okay. So we have message, thoughts, concerns, thief, adjudication, Ivanka. Yep. Unexpected money, something she got that she didn't have to earn. His reputation, more gifts. Yeah, that's what's going to be coming up for him. Courtship, marriage. Courtship is meetings. Marriage, married to the mob overseas. Child, yeah, since he was born into it. And documents about that coming through that he's not going to like. Wealthy man. You know, I forgot to say who I'm designating who's who. So I'll go by what cards are around it. So I'm not sure if this is Don Jr. or Jared or Eric. Journey, false person, imprisonment, pathway, lovers, which can just be business dealings. There's Melania. This could be her, could also be him about her. Sudden wealth, mature man would be somebody who's supportive of him. Change, movement towards bad health, great fortune, expectation. Here he is, down here in the house of imprisonment, and at the bottom. So all of this is weighing down on him, and again he's exiting the reading. So he's still dealing with the past. And we have courthouse. In the house of court official. Wow. Okay. Illness. Yeah. Family room in the house of sorrow. Occupation in the house of gloomy thoughts. A mature woman. Something ending in his family, the Family Foundation, Trump org. Okay, so the first thing I'm going to do is read the four corners and the cards that connect. So expectation here is all about investigations. This number 28 card, and it's in the house. It landed in the house of expectation, so that's doubly, it's it's a for sure, you guys, that he is going to be investigated further. He already is. You know, there's nothing new about this, but this is him facing that direction of the investigation and him having to wait, and he doesn't have any control over that while they are surveilling him, while you know, something's delayed, but then again, later on something can be announced at any time. But he's unable to act. He has no control over this. And, well, he might have a little, just a little, because he is facing it, so he does, I don't know that he has that much control, honestly, because his card came through in the house of imprisonment. And so he's extremely restricted as to what he can do in court. And he's just watching and waiting for things to come down. I don't think he has control at all because his card didn't show up here. It's not auspicious. All of these cards behind his back are very inauspicious. He has no control over all of this coming up from behind. Wow. And of course we can see what comes up from behind is the ending of support from this woman, which is probably Rebecca Mercer or any other woman who's wealthy. That's ending for Trump Organization. This could even be somebody who worked, because she's in the house of work, here I said I was going to read the four corners first. I lied. She's in the house of work. This could be somebody who was involved in Trump organization, who is just done with him and has been for a long time because it's in the house of Long Way. So this could even be like Rona Graff. Is it Graff or Groff? I'm not sure how you pronounce her last name, but she was his executive assistant. This could be any supportive woman, and it could be more than one supportive woman, right? Because, when you have a large organization like Trump.org, these people cards can stand in for, more than one person, except when it comes to the main male and the main female. Definitely this is only him, and definitely this card is only Melania. So anyway, something's ending for Trump organization, and this woman has something to do with it. And then also women who decided to support him and worked to support him. All of that's ending. All of that's ending. And anybody that worked for him is feeling very pessimistic and having a lot of trouble with, they're giving him trouble because they're up behind his back. They're all up in his business and they don't want to be anymore. But they're probably being subpoenaed and needing to come in and be, give their testimony, be deposed. Because this card is about obligations and being responsible and, needing to follow the orders, follow the rules. Now, there's within his immediate family, there's a lot of sorrow. There's a lot of, pain, stress. This house here and the sorrow card, which I have to go see where is it. That's yeah, right. That's right. Okay, so sorrow and despair, same thing. That's the thing. Chair Marquetta, he changed the names. So anyway, these cards are touching each other. And this is the officer card that fell right below the officer house. So I'm thinking it's official that his mental illness is a big problem. And this sorrow, this despair, this being tortured with worry, major stress. This is like the Nine of Swords, and it's hanging down over his family, and it's all connected to foreign money, right here, foreign money, and that's all they're thinking about because of this diagonal here. And so this investigation that's been going on is definitely affecting not only him but his whole family, of course. Melania's in despair. He's in despair because this card knights down here to him. So this is hanging over him. This card is just, it's a card of self-destruction. It's a card of major problems that you can't get out from under. And it causes you to have, insomnia. You can't get out from under it, and it's just awful. And that's hanging over his family room, which is his immediate family, intimate space. So he's in a world of pain, you guys. Now, let's keep looking at, you know what, and anybody who's been in bed with him, as far as, So with the lover's card, it does not have to be love relationships, but it can be. But any family, partnership, business partnerships. So this is, his family business, because it's in the house of, this card is in the house, the house of house, which is, of course, over here. And this last card can be, kind of like the answer card. So this is Trump Org, and anybody who's in bed with Trump Org and any of the officers in Trump Organization. That's all hanging down over him. And it has been for a long time. This fatality, this pathway card landing in the house of fatality, all this is touching him, hanging down. We can't read him in a 9 card in a box spread. We can Melania here, and I'll get to that later. But with him, we just have to look at these cards. But then again, we look at all of this weighing down on him. And this is especially true this first week in August. So this could be him needing to go to court. Whether or not he'll show up or just send, I think he'll just send his attorneys. But this is, this is coming up behind him this second week in August. And he knows about it. And with this card here, this is charges that are coming down on him. This is the judicial process. It's this, all the legal issues hanging over him, or it's actually, coming up. It's not hanging over. It's like right here now, coming right into his intimate space. It's official. This guy's bringing in this, man. Yeah. So he's going to have to. This could also be that there's some new discovery that comes in. And maybe he didn't know that they knew. But this could definitely be a court hearing. And Melania's sweating bricks over it. She's not, it's not good for her. She's probably realizing she'll never get her money from him that he owes her, and her transactional, hoe bag relationship she's had with him is not going to pay off. Yeah. Okay, so this is interesting. This first week here, well, you know what? Let me do the 4 corners first, because they frame in the whole, the meaning of, this whole time period. So, investigation, the documents that come in because of the investigation. He's thinking about it. He can't stop thinking about it. Everybody's thinking about it. He's really, really concerned about it. And this is, it's all, like I said, everything weighing down on him. Even his future, it's all weighing down on him, because all these cards are behind his back down here. So the investigation, and then communications of all types, not just documents, but also, not just emails, texts, written documents, everything from Trump Org, but also probably some verbal, recordings, voice recordings. And that, what's in the memos, documents, voice recordings, all of that has to do with money he's received into Trump Org. Now, of course, this is the reputation card here, but can we look at this as being money laundering, something that's, goes through as gifts? Gifts. Yeah. So this is, we're looking at RICO charges here. And these documents and, the paperwork, maybe some wire transfers even, And meetings, even just meetings, even the teamwork that it took to create this, empire of money laundering. There's documents about all that, about who all these people are. There's wire transfers. There's proof about all of this stuff. And even though it may take quite some time, I mean, we know Cy Vance Jr. has given it to, I think, the end of the year. Before he leaves, he wants to have it done, but that doesn't mean that it will be, because he can hand it off to someone else. But because this card can be 2 years, it's a long time, but then again, it doesn't have to be, because it's, you can see how it goes back and forth, and at some point they have everything they need. This has been an investigation full of teamwork and full of documents that prove all the teamwork of the guilty parties that's been going on for a very, very long time. But we do have to be patient. We do have to, let them do their thing, because we don't want anybody like slipping away with this. So, and this is this first, this week coming up. This is this next week. And all of this is like right after the full moon. The full moon that is sandwiched in between. Wait, is it today? Am I doing this? What day is it? Where am I? Hello. No, today's the 22nd. So the full moon's on the 23rd. The full moon's tomorrow. So the full moon it's sandwiched right in between Pluto and Saturn. Pluto power, Pluto, death to people who abuse power, not literally, but like ending, purging, clearing, revealing people who have abused their power. And Saturn, manifestation. And the full moon illuminates. And that's this week coming up. Yeah, okay. Second week, or this week, August 1st to the 7th, he's thinking a lot about his how he can keep Melania in his life, and anybody else that he wants to, his family. But it's all hanging down over him. For his card to land, for him to land in the house of imprisonment, he can't do a thing. He has no power. She has the power over him, and her back is to him. And then in this next week, August 8th to the 14th, he's thinking a lot about his marriage. He can't stop thinking about it, and how he met her through his foreign, friend Jeffrey Epstein. And then also this is revealing with this foreign, this card, it's about foreign people, foreign lands, but it's also about alcohol and drugs. It's also about things that you want, maybe trying to expand your mind even, but it's mostly, in his situation, has to do with drugs, alcohol, anything excessive, and it has to do with his foreign contacts. And of course, Melania's there. This is hanging over her. She's in the house, or in the living room, in the house of living room, so, she's still in his intimate circle. Maybe she goes back and forth, travels back and forth to him when she has to, but then again, maybe he's worried she's gonna stop doing that and move on. And this could be barren. on one level. Because she's thinking about Baron, but she's not happy at all. She's tortured with worry too. But this week, he's really having a hard time. Really having a hard time. And this is a card of being very depressed even. You know, so depressed you can't even think straight. There's confusion. There's you know, you can't concentrate basically. Can't focus. And that's because he knows his past, and he knows it's coming out. He knows it's going to be revealed. I mean, it already has. We've known. I mean, we've known about this stuff since 2015. At the least. So moving forward in time. So I'll go ahead and go through the weeks, and then we'll do some other things. So this next week, this August 15th to the 21st. There could be some meeting, because the thief card is in the house of meeting. It could be that there's, let me think about this one. Look at the cards around it. Oh, yeah, he's just really worried about court papers, court documents, investigations into how he has been a thief, how he has been a robbing type of a person who, well, on one level did everything, see this kid here, there's like a distraction. He's distracted, and that's how the kid gets into his watch. But the deal is with this card is it's all about something is missing, something has been stolen, and there's been, the irresponsibility that's happened. And that's what I think is coming through here, because with the adjudication card, because we look to see the cards around, this card to me, these mixed together, gives me the feeling that, there's more investigation into how he has stolen for just decades, and how he was born into the mob. He was born into this. His father had it all set up beforehand. But this can be like a demand to produce something that he can't. Because that's the deal. That's the way it works. It's like with money laundering, they probably wouldn't mind paying taxes if they could, just to get, just to be in a place where they're not investigated all the time. But the deal is they can't reveal where the money's coming from. And that's why they do all these offshore accounts, offshore money. But in this week, this August 15th to the 21st, it looks to me like something he's really worried about comes through, and it makes it even worse, and also for his kids. Besides, him, Melania thinking about Baron, this is also him thinking about his kids, because it's in the house of rich young, is it man or woman? Gent, yeah. So it would definitely be Baron, but it would be Don Jr. and Eric. And they're over here in the, the good outcome house. But I don't see that it's a good outcome, because none of these cards around. If he goes down, they go down, right? That's how it works. Yeah. So anyway, this week, this August 15th to the 21st is really hard on him. Really hard on him. And then moving into August 22nd to the 28th, it's even worse. I mean, we've got the sad news card in the sad news house. So, you know, this is like receiving a document that you don't want to get. And look at these cards that are all around him. This has to do with, or around, you know, his court situation. And I keep feeling like this is mostly him. But it could be, it could also be, you know, a second layer here is it could also be anybody that's connected to him, like, of course, Alan Weaselberg. This could be Alan Weaselberg, who was all in the whole grift and has been for years and years and years. And yeah, I would think he's sorry about that, but too late, dude. Too late. And of course, you know, this card is the stand-in for any of, so Jared, Eric, and Don Jr. And here's Ivanka up here. But anyway, back to this week here. So August 22nd to the 28th. There's something more that comes through with this investigation, and there's a demand. There's something going on here. It could be that he disputes something that comes through, but this sudden wealth card in the court, in the house of court, that's not good. This whole thing to me just spells out him being busted for his money laundering, Trump org money laundering. Because the journey card knights here to this movement of money, and this card knights up here to the foreign lands. So the movement of money, the wealth that comes through. You know, this we have to remember with even with his what was it, Taj Mahal or whatever you call it in Atlantic City. They got closed down. They were closed down. Even after the dad tried to, even after Fred Sr. tried to bail them out, they still got closed down. And there were RICO charges in there, I think. I just don't know why. Like, here's the whole thing that drives me nuts is how does somebody with that background, how are they allowed to run for president? I mean, do we need new laws or what? It's unbelievable. Yeah, so the despair, the being tortured, it's like the Nine of Swords being tortured with worry and stress, knights to him, and it knights to anybody that worked for him, and it has to do with money laundering, and there's an older person involved. This is definitely Alan Weisselberg, but also anybody who helped him with the grift. This could be Putin, this could be any wealthy, supportive, older man, usually over 50. This, the wealthy younger guys usually, up to 50, like 30 to 50, somewhere. There could even be younger. But, all right, so let's keep going with the weeks, and then I'll get into another technique. So the August 29th to September 4th, this is, I really feel like this is Ivanka, and this is Don Jr. and Eric. And maybe they're putting pressure on Alan Weaselberg. But then again, yeah. But I think he has, his health isn't good. For sure this is Ivanka because it knights to the child card, and it also knights over here to this false person the person who's one of the grifters, right? This is the person who tries to evade the matter, is, operating under false pretenses, and is very deceiving. Very, very deceiving. Because she doesn't want to go to prison. But it looks to me like she will. Or, for I don't know what length of time. Because this is Ivanka, and she's received gifts from Trump.org, that she didn't pay taxes on. So this is tax evasion, tax fraud. Unexpected income, gifts, money to the grifter. Money to the grifter. Right here. It's all right here. That's her reputation. So all of that's coming out in the future. Okay, so September 5th through 9/11, or September 11th, this could be, this just could be that they see more and more about how the money comes in and moves through the kids in charge, and they're totally recognized about that, that change that they've always had going. And this could be the week that this older woman reveals something. There's that possibility. So, and we have to be kind of loose with the dates here. We can't have a hard forcing current of like, for sure by the 31st this happens, and for sure by the August 7th this happens. We can't. What we can do, though, is see the bigger picture over this span of time, which is, of course, July 25th to September 25th. But we have to be kind of free with that, too. Like, this stuff could come in the week before. This could happen months after. We have to just... But we're seeing the big picture, and we're seeing imprisonment at the end. And this is in the house of child. This would normally be the infant card, but he named it child. Imprisonment for the most deceptive one, or one of the most deceptive ones, which, this card knights up to here. I have to think that this is Ivanka. Imprisonment for one of the children. It sure as hell isn't Baron or Tiffany. Right? No. So anyway, all of this change is coming through, and it's weighing down on some older supportive woman who I think is going to end the whole thing. It's very possible that this woman comes through. Wow. It could be that on another level, this could be that there's this could be Letitia James, this could be Audrey Strauss, this could be Judge Amy Berman, this could be anybody who works hard to end this grift. Again, this woman could be read on different levels. Okay, and then in this week over here, September 12th to the 18th, his honor, and the whole Trump org, their honor and reputation, they're seen as dishonest, right? I mean, we have the dishonest card right underneath the house of dishonesty, and then their reputation in that house. So they will be seen as a money laundering organization who just received money, for not doing anything except for the fact that they launder it. And they, how laundering goes, it has to happen twice. And they might be hoping for Trump's health to go. There's that possibility. because the bad health, the illness card landed in the house of good fortune. And then, let's see, where's the good fortune card? Goodness. Yeah, I know it's here somewhere. Close. Ah. Oh, it's right here. Okay, interesting. And it's in the house of money that you didn't have to work for, of course, which is right here. So here's that line. Yeah, this whole thing here, it's just all about the money laundering, and how you know, there was just always this, oh, you know what, on another level, this could be an illness with Putin. There's that possibility, like some change because there's an illness with Putin, or is an illness that comes to some fruition, because it's hanging over the death card here. But the death card is in the house of long way, so this could take, of course, a whole lot more time for this to end. But this is what they're going after. This is definitely what they're going after. That's really interesting. This could be Putin here as well, because it knights up here to this false person. But then again, yeah, this could just be on another level. This could be Ivanka and both of the older, you know, Eric and Don Jr. helping out this man. This could be Putin. You know, because they're both so stupid. They've already said a couple of times, all the money we ever need we can get from Russia. They've both said it because they're just stupid. Yeah, go ahead, keep talking. So there's change headed towards Trump Organization, of course. And it's going to definitely affect their intimate, you know, circle of friends and their home life. It's right up in there, you know, they can't get away from it. And imprisonment is the change for some of them, if not all of them, because we're talking tax evasion, insurance fraud. The insurance fraud might not get a person locked up. I could be wrong about that. I have no idea. But tax evasion for sure. And that's what they're really worried about. Those are the documents that'll come in that brings in that, you know, really bad news. Yeah. Okay. So, yeah, we've got that. And any of my viewers out there, or new or old, if you read Kipper and you see anything I missed, please drop it in the comments. Because usually, you know, the way this works is you lay something out like this, you know, on a table somewhere that doesn't get messed with, and you know, it's like somebody working on a jigsaw puzzle. And you look at it for weeks. You know, I would, like, if I had this, like I used to do, I would do a grand tableau for myself, and it would stay out for the whole 9 weeks, and I would, you know, you keep like dissecting it and seeing things. But in this situation, I'm trying to read it all now and then pick this up because I need my table here. But I guess if I bought an extra set of cards, I could leave it out on my kitchen table. That's a thought. But anyway, so this last week here, September 19th to the 25th, I think they get the gift of imprisonment or restriction in some way. If this isn't imprisonment, you know, if this isn't going to prison, going to jail, incarceration, it's at least having Trump Organization stopped and closed down, because it ends. This card knights to this card here, and this is for sure Trump Organization, absolutely. Yeah, unhoped for money, grave for, yeah. So the stop at the very least, the stoppage of money coming in. You know, doesn't it make sense that if you're a part of a money laundering syndicate and somebody is being investigated within that syndicate, you know, it's like one branch of the syndicate, which in this case it's Trump Organization, wouldn't you want to stop funneling money through that organization because you're about to get caught? Or maybe you've already been caught and you're trying to get the hell out of Dodge, you know, wherever you live, moving to countries where the United States has no extradition treaties with. I mean, that's pretty much how it would go. So anyway, so I think I'm done with the timing here. Now what we can do is dive into any one of these areas and read the 9 cards around. So because I know for sure that this is Ivanka, I'm going to do that. So this is her honor and all the money that came through to her that she didn't have to earn because she's part of the grift. And she did not pay taxes on. She's interesting. Let's see. Well, something headed in this way, and I'm guessing it lands over here. She's trying to probably control, yeah, okay. Yeah, she might be trying to extricate herself from the whole situation because notice how the change card knights to her, the wealth is in the past, and then she's trying to make change to get out from under this awful situation she's in. Wow. I don't know if she's hoping that her dad gets so ill he can't testify. I don't think he would ever go to court and testify in person, but of course he would send his attorneys. This could just be her having to lie down a lot and figure out her next moves. But it doesn't end well. Now let's look at this bad health card. Like who is this with the bad health? You know, if it's not health, it's just a situation that gets worse and worse and worse and worse. It's like in the Lenormand, it's like the mountain card, you know, where there's just a hidden enemy, there's some blockage, there's dead end. You know, stand still, things don't move. So there's change that can't move, and she can't get out from under, even though she does seem to have some control over it, but not really, because all of this is here. This is in her future. This imprisonment is in her future. Yeah. But she does have the means probably to get away somehow, to sneak away. Now of course this could be Jared, the journey card is in between them. She's hanging over him. She's got more control. If this is Jared, he's trying to get away too and get to some other, somewhere else, like, you know, probably somewhere in the UAE, you know, Saudi Arabia, all those other countries in the UAE that, or states within the UAE that don't have extradition treaties, so, you know, that's about their only, I mean, if they're smart, that's what they'll do. They'll get the hell out of Dodge and stay in a country, you know, like Snowden stuck in Russia. You got to ask why Snowden's okay in Russia. That's another whole story. Anyway, so yeah, okay, so that's Ivanka, that's Jared. And this guy is also the stand-in, this card is also the stand-in for Don Jr. and Eric. And again, they're looking to get out of Dodge because they know this is coming and they don't want to be beholden here. Yeah, both of these cards right here, Journey, like they're recognizing that the change needs to happen. Because they're going to be caught. Their reputation, here's the recognition card, the reputation card. Their reputations are changing. It's a worsening, sickening type of situation for them. They're in despair. They're not sleeping well. At least one of them is probably ill already. Ooh. I just heard down for the count because of alcohol and drugs. Wow. Which one is it? Oh, it's Don Jr. for sure. Up and down. Don Jr. goes up and down. Yeah, of course, he snorts a lot of coke and then he has to come down at night. And that addiction is getting worse and worse and worse for him. Eric, let me feel into Eric. He's really, really scared. He's really scared. Really scared. I feel like Eric tends to use alcohol to chill out. But he knows something's coming. Yeah. Ivanka, I don't know. I don't really get a feel for what she does to numb out other than she keeps really busy. Really, really busy. Yeah, it's like she can't even, I don't feel like she can get a full breath in because she just goes. Okay, so I'm going to let go of that. I don't want to empath these people anymore. And Trump, he's just gone. His mind is gone. His brain is gone. But he's not as stupid as we think. He's very transactional that way, but then he's having all these... He's having all these just really dark thoughts and he can't get away from it. Because they're all weighing down on him. He feels like it's all on him. Even though I doubt he really cares, but he's sweating for all of them. Well, I mean, they're all sweating it, but he's having it the worst. And he has for a long time. Because of all these people that have been in bed with him in Trump organization. So it's not just the kids, it's everybody that's involved. Whew, okay, I'll let go of that. So let me see. Yeah, for sure this is Weiselberg. Those cards are obvious about him. Changing and then it ends. Movement and then it ends. Imprisonment is in his future as well, but yeah, it's all over. See, that's the thing. Trump can't pardon him anymore. All that's done. Trump can't pardon anybody, thank goodness, anymore. And he can't give anybody the freedom, what is it, the Medal of Freedom? Whatever that's called that he gave Jim Jordan. How stupid is that? So, okay. Let's see. So again, Ivanka here. is part of the money laundering as well, and she's really concerned, and she's worried about her kids. Yeah, right. If she goes to prison, what about her kids? Yeah. Yeah, right. Okay. Um, the sad news, and because this card is in the sad news house, the whole, double whammy here. Let's look at these. So the sad news is coming for all the kids, and it's because of their money laundering. It's just the same thing, same message, same thing. There's nothing new here. I don't feel like I need to go on anymore with this. It just feels to me like it's a whole, the whole money laundering saga. So anyway, I think I'm going to close it up. And you guys let me know if I missed anything. Feel free to drop it in the comments. And again, high five if you made it to the end. Okay, take good care. Bye.